Times Now Politics. Poll of polls.
Okay, on our poll of polls program, it's time to put out all the numbers for Chhattisgarh. We already can I have the attention of everyone in the house, please? We are first going to now put out the numbers, AC Nielsen numbers that have come out of Delhi. These are 3 p.m. numbers. Let's take a look at whether the AC Nielsen numbers in Delhi broadly match what C Voter is putting out. AC Nielsen numbers in Delhi, how different is this looking from what you're projecting there, Yashwant? It is minus 25 for the Congress party, plus 9. 18-seat debut, more or less, I would say, in line. But, sir?
Absolutely.
A little up for
a little higher for the BJP, but the broad headline remains the same.
Yes.
Both AC Nielsen and C Voter are projecting that the BJP is likely to form the next government, but at the same time, the BJP is short of the 35-seat mark. And the Aam Aadmi Party, I don't have the voter port projection, ends up with the 16 to 18 range.
But very interesting, Arnab.
More or less.
Yeah, more or less. And also the seat shares, if you look at the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, are quite close. In the C voter poll, we had the vote shares very close to each other. So clearly, if this is the way it's going, there's a fight for the second place, but yet it's a hung house.
Yeah, you know, both these polls, let's get the point of view of Yashwant Deshmukh on them. Both the polls are presenting slightly varying pictures in terms of a seat share. But the average numbers, if I take both your polls, are projecting a slight edge for the BJP as of now.
To be honest, Arnab, I will not go by the seat share. I would rather look for the vote share which Nielsen is getting. You know, that will be a much more concrete information to form my opinion. But let me tell you one thing. Since morning, when we started at 8 o'clock, the polls, the data started coming in. BJP has been hovering between 32 to 35% every hour. But in the hour-wise thing, in the morning, Aam Aadmi Party was about 32 to 35. By 1 o'clock, it got down below 30. That means their vote share went up really high in the morning. Their turnout was really high in the morning. And by the time in the noon, the Congress vote share had picked up. So traditionally speaking, it is going to boil down to the booth management.
Chhattisgarh exit poll, both C Voter and Chanakya, 1 minute please, are on your screen right now. Please look at the numbers of both Chanakya and C Voter which are there on your screen. Jay, take us through these numbers. It's a photo finish. If I were to look at these numbers from both.
The C voter poll actually shows a real opening up of the contest. The gap of seat shares is now narrowed down to 44 to 41. The vote share gap is still as huge, it's about 3%. But the Congress is actually catching up. It's got closer to the BJP and that is resulting in this huge tally. It's the late catch up by the Congress. Now, the Chanakya poll is sort of still giving a clear majority to the BJP. But given the proximity of this contest, I think we can have a nice Uttarakhand type seesaw on the day of counting.
But when you look at the poll of polls, because we think the credible number right now is about a 47, analyzing these numbers, the fact is that the range of seats is a plus minus 7.
Absolutely.
I presume, right? So it's a plus minus 7, so it's anyone's game really.
Absolutely.
Look at
the game is completely open. Look at this 40. It can just go to 43, 44 and the Congress is within striking distance of power, striking a bargain with the others.
As far as the C voter is concerned, they are putting it much, much closer, aren't you? You're putting it much closer.
Very close. And let me tell you the reason why it is close, Arnab. We can be sure about the North Chhattisgarh, when you see the regional tally, we can be sure about the Central Chhattisgarh. When you talk about the South Chhattisgarh, basically in the Basta division are 12 seats. The honest answer is that we send the researchers, but they actually go to the nearest booth of the highways because we are very worried about their security. We don't know what has happened in the interior. So honest answer is, we may come up with the numbers in South Chhattisgarh, but we are never sure about it.
The broad story, as I'm taking it for reactions right now, that we are getting as of this minute is that Delhi, the BJP is ahead as per both Nielsen, which is put out on ABP, C Voter, which is put out on Times Now. The Aam Aadmi Party makes a debut of 16 as per C Voter, 18 as per AC Nielsen. As far as Chhattisgarh is concerned, we are projecting that it's a really photo finish if we go by C Voter. If we go by the Chanakya poll, the BJP is doing much better. But we believe the poll of polls numbers is still telling us it's a photo finish. It's anybody's game in Chhattisgarh. So the news right now is moderately good for the BJP in Delhi, pretty bad for the Congress in Delhi, so-so for the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, if I may say so. They should be very disappointed with these numbers. Chhattisgarh, photo finish, the BJP would be very, very nervous. Reactions? Is it more or less online to what you said, Manisha?
Yeah, it is quite online, and I would actually go closer to the sea voter thing, because there have been clear indications from the Maoists in the Bastar division regretting their killing of anybody other than Mahinder Karma. He was their target one. And the other part is that they've also owned up that in the past we helped the BJP, and clear signals there to their voters that please come out and vote. We do not boycott the polls.
No, I understand, but
so the Maoists are in a sense determining the results of South Bastar, and that can go anywhere.
Meghnad, you have a leaderless Congress party, if I may say so. On the other hand, you have Raman Singh's tall figure there in Chhattisgarh. So questions will be asked about whether the Modi effect is there or not in the heartland. Meghnad Desai.
Yeah, that question will be asked.
Both in Delhi and in Chhattisgarh, look at the other parties. Those numbers are small, but they're crucial for government formation. The Congress could go with the others and form a government on sea voter numbers. And BJP could go with others. So, the fourth parties are going to be very crucial.
Chhattisgarh Sadhana Manch.
The point is that there has been traditionally a 2% vote share difference between the Congress and the BJP. It's been within that range in Chhattisgarh between the Congress and the BJP, and that's led to almost 10-11 seats difference in the last few elections. This time, the difference as far as the vote share is concerned, it stays around the 2% mark, but the seat share is getting closer. Now that's something we'll have to really keep our fingers crossed that the pollsters have got it right, because the conversion from vote share to seat share, are there any errors in that? That can be more pronounced.
The whole business of invincibility of Raman Singh no longer exists. Double incumbency has caught up with Mr. Raman Singh this time. Double incumbency, you can always say, you can always again then go on and argue that he has actually improved his vote share. The other argument to that is he's improved his vote share. These numbers we are projecting for Chhattisgarh, you improve your vote share, but you lose the number of seats. So your seats were 50, they come down to 44. How should it be interpreted if they fall any further? Because a pollster here is saying, I only poll on people who are living close to the highway, which means you're not really
in the south,
which means in the south, which is very critical, and therefore you may not get a complete picture out here.
You could have, just like last time, when the polls were quite close, except in South Chhattisgarh, it decisively changed the verdict in favor of the BJP. You could have the opposite this time, and actually it may not be that close. And because we don't have full information from there, so you could have a clear victory for the Congress if the if the results move that way. So we do not have.
I understand what you're saying, but if I'm looking at these numbers, the BJP is falling by 6 seats. As per the figures that I have on my chart here, which means double incumbency has caught up with Raman Singh. The Congress party is mopping up 3 of those seats that the BJP lost. This is my information. Which means the gap between the BJP and the Congress is reduced to a mere 3 seats compared to 12 in 2008.
I think
the gap is from 12 in 2008. Nirja, can I have you in? From a gap in 2008 down to 3 seats. That's significant.
I think that it is the way things were going, and this was the feedback, and that the Bastar region will decide which way Chhattisgarh goes. That's what it's coming to be true. But what it's also beginning to tell us is that it's local, state level issues that have determined the outcome of the election. They're not the national issues. So how much of a role did Narendra Modi play in these elections?
I think just
those are bigger questions, but that's the way it's looking. If Chhattisgarh is going Congress way, and Delhi is going up, or up is making a difference to the outcome, then these are not national issues. These are state level issues that have led to the outcome.
The irony is, what we are saying today is that we are edging to one situation. We are moving to a situation where the status quo in Chhattisgarh might be changed. It's not changed. It may change. And you know what the irony in all of this is? The vote share as per C voter projections, the BJP vote share has improved 4% since 2003.
That's right.
The Congress vote share reaches a high of 41, which means the whole thesis that we are heading towards tremendous bipolarity is happening right here before us. But a change of guard is around the corner. I need to take a break.
The BJP vote share is very, very classical. They are winning by bigger margins in some of their urban strongholds. I think apart from the Bastar region, what the BJP might be very worried was the wrong ticket distribution, and with very few seats, losing on the
more on that on the other side of the break. The Delhi complete results. Kumar Vishwas of the Aam Aadmi Party joining us in 3